Hey guys, it's Jay. So I'm here to do my 2017 K-pop favorite albums tag that was started by randomly in 2011. So me and a bunch of other YouTubers come together and just do the tag. So the thing is, there's some albums that I want to talk about that I actually don't have, unfortunately, right now. But I really did enjoy them this year, but I'm still going to talk about them. And some I do have. And there's actually a couple that I can't answer, but we're just going to just go with the flow. And yeah, let's go. So, favorite K-pop album of the year. There's a lot. There's a lot. So how I'm going to do this, because I wasn't going to include single albums at first, but being the fact that there was quite a few single albums that came out this year, I'm going to just kind of just pick one album from each. So like one mini album, one single album, and one full-length album. So the favorite full-length album, even though there's a bunch that I really did enjoy, but just for right now, we're going to pick one, is Teenage by 17. This is their second full-length album. I really did enjoy this album. I love this album. It's one of my favorites from this year. I think what I love about 17's albums is the fact that, you know, it's not just straight 17 songs the entire album, where like you'll get songs from the hip hop unit and the vocal unit and the performance unit, and then even on this album you'll get songs for like, say, like Rocket with Vernon and Joshua, or like Bring It with Hoshi and Woozy and things like that. So it kind of gives, you know, certain people a little bit more shine, being the fact that there are 13 members, but I just consistently, it's a really, really great album. One of my favorite mini albums is, pretty damn hard to choose, but I'm going to go with BTS's Love Yourself Her. I mean, it's BTS. Musically, they never disappoint me, so they haven't disappointed me this time either. The only issue I have at the moment is just, I need a DNA break. I've listened to this song so many times, and then after they've been in America, and then of course it's the end of the year shows. So I've seen it way more than I'd like to, so I kind of need a DNA break right now. But other than that, I really enjoyed the album. My favorite song on here is Mic Drop. You know, it kind of gives me that fire, that Bopse kind of vibe. Those are like some of my favorite songs from BTS, and Mic Drop is no different. Do I like the remix more than the original? No. I like the remix, but I still find myself listening to the Korean version. Definitely. So yeah. Single album, BTS's Love Yourself Her. And one of my favorite single albums this year, I am going to go with Winner's Fate Number 4. I love this single album. I really wish it was a mini album, but it is what it is. I mean, really was a really big year for Winner this year. I mean, it got streamed a lot, and, you know, like, the minute I heard it, I immediately fell in love with it. And sorry if my radiator is being really obnoxious as per usual, so sorry about that. And it's really cold in New Jersey. It's literally like 17 degrees. That's why my heater is like on overdrive right now. But yeah, so anyhow, yeah, Winner, like I said, really was a really big song for them this year. And I mean, just the fact that their sound doesn't normally go with the trend that's going on in K-pop, or just music in general, but the fact that they took that risk and did a song that was a part of a trend, but it worked for them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it worked. I know a lot of people really enjoyed that song. Honestly, before Mic Drop, I think that was going to be my favorite song of the year. Alright, favorite solo album. If I'm not mistaken, there wasn't a bunch that I knew that came out this year. So I'm going to, I'm hard to choose, I'm trying to choose between G-Dragon and Taeyang. Solo album or Bobby. But that's hard. But I'm gonna go with Bobby. I'm gonna go with Bobby. So Bobby is one of my favorite solo albums of the year. I mean, I've been following Bobby since the finale of Win, and then just seeing him progress from then to now, and you know, seeing him on Show Me the Money, and you know, things like that, and everything that I kind of been through before debut and things like that. But yeah, this album definitely wasn't what I was expecting at all. Because normally people just think of Bobby as the, you know, the aggressive one, you know, that dude from Show Me the Money. Whereas this album, with the exception of Up, you don't get that at all. Like, Up is the only song where it's like that trap shit where every other song is very mid-tempo. He's even singing on a ballad. When you wouldn't put ballad and Bobby in the same fucking sentence. But it actually works. It's actually one of my favorite songs on the album. I mean, he's, you know, vulnerable. He's emotional. Like, he's like pouring his heart out in love and, you know, things like that. And especially like with Runaway, where he's talking about, like, you know, just kind of wanting to run away from it all and kind of just live like a normal life. But in the end, you know, this is his dream. This is what he been wanting to do for a long time. But, you know, as an artist, you have those days where you just want to just be normal and hang out with friends and be in relationships and spend time with your family, but you really can't because this is what you signed up for. This is not only just your job, but this is your dream. So, you know, things like that. But I really did enjoy the album. It's a really good album. I think if you aren't into Bobby, like the aggressive Bobby, I think you would probably enjoy this album. So the next question I'm going to do is favorite album from a female rookie group. So I would have put Luna, but technically they didn't debut yet. And I'm not 100% sure on Dreamcatcher because I only just heard the title. I didn't have listened to the whole album, so I'm just going to go. I get it out with Princeton. So I have Princeton's second mini album, School Out. Like I said, I heard this on a Twitch stream, and I remember they were playing the title track, and I was like, okay, it's very catchy. Like, I know the only members I know in Princeton is the ones that was in IOI. So that's Pinky, but she doesn't go by that anymore. Is Kyo Kyung, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Nayoung. I think those were the two that were in IOI. Yeah, and I know of Kyla, but those are the only members that I really know of. But I just remember seeing the video for We Like, and I thought this song is really catchy. And then they played the whole album. The album is really short. It's only like, it's literally 5 songs. So it's like that. But I really did. Surprisingly, I enjoyed it because I wasn't a fan of their debut. I wasn't a fan of Weewu at all. I was like, But I gave this a chance, and here I am. I have it in my possession. Okay, favorite album from a male rookie group. Let's see. Male rookie groups I'm trying to think of that came out this year. I know it's like a lot of them from like Produce 101. Honestly, I'm gonna have to go with 101. Honestly, I surprisingly was checking this out, because I didn't watch, like I said, I didn't watch the show. But I knew a lot of friends that was like really, really, really into 101. And I was like, you know what, let me listen to it. And I remember hearing Interject. I said, yo, this song is really good. And I remember one of the days I went for my walks that I normally take, and I just, listened to the album. I was like, this is actually really good. And then they came out with Beautiful not too long ago, and I really do enjoy that song as well. I don't have it yet. I'm still on the fence of do I want to get the first one or the repackage. I'm still on the fence, but I really did enjoy 101's just debut, and stuff that came out this year. So I think I'm going to go, if we just talk about album wise, I'm just going to go with the first one, 2B1. I really did enjoy that album. Hopefully I can get it soon. Number 6, an album that surprised you. I'm gonna have to go with Pristin. I'm gonna go with Pristin again. Pristin, again, a group that I don't follow, but just hearing this really surprised me how much I like this album. So yeah, definitely one of the albums this year that surprised me hands down was Pristin's School Out. So if you haven't heard it, please do check it out. Like I said, it's only 5 songs, not going to take that much of your life. It's like that. And I think you will definitely enjoy it. Okay. So it says favorite photo book concepts. This is a tie between, it's kind of like a 3-way tie between BTS's Love Yourself, 17's Teenage, and Pentagon's Ceremony. Let me just try and open these real quick to kind of show you guys some of the pictures. So first I have Pentagon's Ceremony, just kind of like a little flip through. Just, I love that they kind of have like 2 different like concepts for this photo book. And I know they've done that with their last 2 releases. But I really just like how, bright and colorful this is for, the album Ceremony. If you can see, hopefully you guys can see. So yeah, so that was like some of the pictures from Ceremony. And of course we have BTS's Love Yourself, Her. So we start the photo card. So this is version V. This is actually one of my favorite photo book concepts. This is actually the one that I really wanted when it came out. I really love the photos in this version, but I just love the whole photo concept for the entire album. Hopefully you guys can see this pretty well. Hopefully, kind of just want to kind of skim through just a little bit, but yeah. And see if I can put this back without any issues. Okay, and last is Teenage by 17. So again, kind of just skim through some of the pictures. I just really like, they're on the beach and things like that. I love that all of the photo concepts for each version is completely different, because I absolutely hate when sometimes the companies get really fucking cheap and lazy and they don't want to do separate photo books for the multiple versions. It only makes sense to just do a completely different photo book. It's like, why are you gonna have people pay all this money for an album if it's the same goddamn photo book? Just seriously. Yeah, so that's just some of the pictures from just the green version for teenage. But yeah, I've seen unboxings for, and I really just enjoy the each different photo concept for these albums. The next is favorite packaging. Favorite packaging, at least for what I have. I think honestly my favorite is teenage because of like how like the book form. There's a lot of photos in here. It's a lot of photos, and you know, if I just take this out, you know, you have this like slip cover, and then you have this really thick photo book, and then you have this little thingy here where you have like the lyric book and the photo cards and the standee and the little poster thing and the little stickers, and also, you know, you have this here. This is where the CD is, and this little picture thingy here. It's definitely unique. I honestly feel like I love the fact that with 17, their their album packaging isn't the same. It's completely different. With each album they do is different, and I'm definitely glad they have had a definite upgrade since 17 Karat, because I think honestly 17 Karat has to be one of the worst album packaging I've seen in my whole life. Absolutely. And least favorite packaging. Okay. So here is where the rant starts. Okay, there's been some packaging that I absolutely hate. There's 3 albums in particular I want to talk about, and only have one in my possession. So the first one I want to talk about is my least favorite. One of my least favorites, Monster X's Shine Forever repackaged. Yeah, I didn't know what it was going to look like, and as you can see, I opened it from up here, from the flap here, because that's how I thought it was supposed to open. No, you open it down here. Like, if you probably can't see, but like, you see this little thingy right here where my finger is? That's where you're supposed to open it. Starship, let me ask you a question. Who in the fuck opens the album at the bottom? It's not going to stay in. Like, every unboxing I've seen, they either opened it in the front here, or they just kind of cut it on top and just did it like that. This packaging has to be the worst that Monster X has had so far. The absolute worst. Like, I get where y'all trying to go with this shit, but no, don't do this shit again. The next one, hands down, NCT 127's Limitless. There's so much wrong with this packaging. It makes me... I got into it with some girl on Onumania's unboxing for it. Just the... Lord, it infuriates me how awful this is. I wish I had it so I can show you. But it's basically like... Let's see if there's anything kind of like equivalent to that. So it's kind of like in a way like the Monster X album, where it's like kind of like half the size of this, really. And then it has like kind of like a flap thing where you like kind of, I think it's kind of like stuck with Velcro. You open it, and inside you have the lyric book, the CD, the little really big postcard thingies, some little fold out thing, and a fuck ton of stickers. I hate stickers because I'm 28. What in the hell I'm going to do with all these stickers? I don't know. But it's like literally like a pile of stickers. I'm like, but that lyric book, I don't know who formatted that lyric book. That was a no. The CD is legit. You know what I'm saying? Like, unlike, you know, the Monster X one, where it's like in like this little thing here. It's literally in like this little tiny ass red jewel case, and God, I hate it. And then not only that, but the styling for that one is awful. I hope to God that the person that styled NCT 127 for Limitless is fired, because they had them looking crazy. Like, the only ones that didn't look absolutely horrible was like Johnny. I can't think of any. I can't remember on top of my head right now. I think it might be like Johnny. Maybe Tail. He wasn't awful. I don't think Hey-chan was that awful either. But like the worst ones, Win-Win. I will never forgive SM for that. What's with the braids, ponytail, fam? Really, yo? Really? Really? Like, bad enough you don't get the motherfucking no lines, but you just literally. And then, I don't know what the fuck y'all was doing with Taeyoung's hair, with the twist, with the rings and the shit, and Mark with the poodle curl. Child, oh Lord. The styling was awful. Like I said, the only one I didn't really look all that awful was Johnny. And maybe like two other members, but just the styling was like great. Woo, child. Okay, next. I need to calm down. But next, I think the worst one I've seen this year, hands down, is none other than G-Dragon's Kwon Ji-young. Y'all, let me tell you how much this shit made me mad when I found out what this album was looking like. Now, I was excited. I said, okay, cool, we get a new G-Dragon album. It's been, 3 years since we got an album from him. I was so excited. And then I saw Tina Davidson's unboxing, and I was on fire. Like, I was so angry at how this packaging was. Literally, it is a jewel case with a USB port. Some fucking USB port that I could have bought from fucking Rite Aid for like $8 or some shit. Literally, they marked it. I think it's like some stuff on it, and it's like his birthday, and it's like still like someone literally took a red Sharpie and scribbled all over that bitch and was like, here you go. There's no photo book. There's literally there's no photo book in there at all. You literally just get a jewel case with a USB port. That's all you get. And you know how much that motherfucker cost? In New York, $42. GD, YG, y'all got me fucked up if you thinking I'm about to pay $40 for that shit. And then the fucking kicker of this whole entire album is that on the USB, you only really getting some pictures and a download link for the songs. I said, oh, Jesus, really? You couldn't even put the motherfucking songs on this. What's the point of the USB? I don't get it. What's the point? What is the fucking point of the USB? There is none. This is what happens when you try to be extra. This is what happens. And then the fact that they didn't even count it as an actual album because there's no CD. There's literally nothing. Like, there's no photo book, no photo card, no CD. It's literally a big-ass jewel case, red jewel case, a USB port. Mind you, you have to wear fucking surgical gloves to touch it because you're going to get your hands all inked up because of the red ink. I mean, you can't wash it off, but I get where he was trying to go, but the execution was a fucking fail, just like he did with Heartbreaker. That shit was a fucking fail. Like, you've ever seen the original, like the first press where it's this big box and it's the mold of his face, and that's cute and all, but like the box, like the outside box, is like stuck with glue, and I literally had to tape it together because the glue don't wore off. And Jiyoung, my love, my darling, don't do that shit ever again. Don't do that ever again. I'm sorry, you got me, and I think you got everyone else fucked up if you really expect people to really pay that much for this album when I can literally just go to fucking iTunes and buy it on iTunes. Like, there's literally no album. Like, that's the only album that I probably will never own physically. There's no point. There's no album. It's literally just a USB port with some photos and a download link for the album. I could just bought it on iTunes. You should just made this shit. I feel like you should just made that album a digital album. It would have made more fucking sense than doing all this shit with this fucking packaging. Okay. I need to calm down. I'm sorry, but that, just thinking about it, made me so mad. It made me so bad. But yeah, the last question is random album recommendation. This is a toughie because there was a lot of music that came out this year. There were single albums that came out this year, mini albums, full-length albums. I think there's even like digital albums that came out this year. If I had to pick one, I have to go with Red Velvet's Perfect Velvet. For me, this is the album that I've been wanting from Red Velvet for a very long time. I'm not a fan of Rookie. I don't like it. I don't like it. I only listened to Red Summer once, and I was like, it's alright, but the Red is my favorite album from Red Velvet, hands down. So since the Red, I haven't been getting that album that's like reminiscent of the Red in a while. I know people say that's Red Summer. I didn't get that from Red Summer. I got that from Perfect Velvet. And Perfect Velvet is a perfect album. I love it from beginning to end. Just the quirky sounds in certain songs, like, you know, Peekaboo and, you know, Attaboy, My Second Date, Look, you know what I'm saying? And then you also get like R&B songs like Kingdom Come and Perfect 10 and stuff like that. It's just, this is what I've been wanting from Red Velvet, and I absolutely love it. I love this album. I'm hoping to get it soon because I don't have any of their albums, unfortunately, but I need to get this album because I really, really, really do enjoy it. And I honestly feel like most people really like it, but there's some people that may not be like 100% on Red Velvet. Give this a listen. You will not be disappointed at all. So yeah, so that was my 2017 K-pop album favorites tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, like I said, a lot of the albums that I talked about I don't have physically, unfortunately, but I hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.